Hey, what's up, fellas? Team 3D on deck. This is episode 5, I believe, of Ask Team 3D. So, 5 quick questions. Before I begin, I say thanks a lot for the feedback. Thanks for the comments. I noticed a lot of y'all liking the videos a lot more. Thanks for liking the videos, all right? It lets me know who actually watched the whole video on top of other things. All right, question number one. Mad love to Team 3D. I got a problem. I can't grow. I've been lifting for 2 years and I've seen very minimal gains. I started benching 165 for 6 to 8 reps. Now I'm up to 225 for 4 reps. My strength picked up, but zero muscle definition. I haven't leaned out at all. I do 7 to 15 sets of 7 to 15 depending on the muscle I'm working on. Help, please. All right, first of all, I noticed you mentioned that you've been lifting for 2 years. You mentioned your strength gains, and I already see what the problem is by looking at your comment. You didn't mention anything about nutrition. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to leanness and like being defined and things like that, it's not just like what you're doing and the cardio and all that stuff. It's mainly nutrition. Same thing with building muscle. Your strength is gonna pick up. Don't get me wrong. Your strength is gonna pick up because you're actually putting your body under a lot of stress. But if your nutrition is not on point, you're not gonna see no muscle definition. You're not gonna see any, and your strength gains are also gonna reach a plateau. It's a lot of things that have to do with nutrition. 90%, I said 90% of bodybuilding is nutrition. Like I said I used to weightlift when I was younger, but I didn't see any results until 8 months ago when I started bodybuilding. Meaning, I started just working out every muscle group, and I started eating, counting my macros, stuff like that. You have to eat. Like I'm looking at your comment right now, you didn't say anything about your nutrition, and that's where the problem obviously is. Like, what are you eating? Are you cutting? Are you bulking? Are you just in the middle? You got to be doing something. Like I tell people, you got to be either people. A lot of people don't believe in bulking or whatever, but I'm saying this: like, you got to be either bulking or cutting because that decides whether you're gonna eat white rice today or brown rice, whether you're gonna see a six pack or not, whether you're gonna, it decides. It narrows down your goals. All right, so make up your mind. I can't really answer you because like you show me what you're doing, but you're not showing me your nutrition. Send me a different message. Show me what you're eating, what you've been eating for those 2 years, and that'll probably answer your question. Like I say, if you want to get lean, that's not just like lifting. It's also like I said, dieting. You gotta stop eating sweets and things like that. You gotta or eat them at the right time, things like that. But anyway, if that doesn't answer your question, just send me another message in my inbox and be more specific when it comes to nutrition. Number two, after I do HIIT workout in the morning. By the way, HIIT is what I advise everybody that's trying to lose fat really quickly, because that's what worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, fine. But for me, I said I'm an endomorph. When I wanted to lose fat, I tried everything. I said I should play. I started playing basketball, swimming, bicycle, whatever you call it, cycling, and jogging. I was doing all four of these things at once. Believe it or not, I was doing all four of these things. That's how I lost so much weight. And in fact, I lost so much weight, I got really skinny. And then I had to go back and try to gain muscle. Most people just start off bodybuilding by trying to put on muscle. I had to lose fat, then try to put on muscle. So it was like double the hard work for me. But yeah, like I did a lot of swimming, cardio. I mean basketball, a lot of basketball, a lot of racquetball, things like that. But HIIT is what literally nailed it, because even when I was playing basketball and doing all that stuff, I still had fat around my midsection. I didn't start seeing my six pack till I started doing HIIT, and I wasn't even doing ab exercises. When I started doing HIIT in the morning on an empty stomach, Jesus Christ! Like you could see the fat melting off within like an amount of days, literally. And I had a friend, one of my best friends, Hunza, was with me at the time, and we all noticed it. And I have pictures I could actually show you guys. I have to look for them if I reactivate my Facebook, where my stomach was so lean and I was doing no ab exercises. HIIT on an empty stomach, you might lose some muscle in the progress, but you lose a lot more fat because your body has no sugar in the morning, and it has to go straight to the fat stores. All right, so can I eat breakfast after? That was your question. Sorry. Of course, you gotta eat breakfast after HRT. You have to. You gotta replenish your glycogen stores. Otherwise, you're gonna be lethargic the whole day. If you're doing an empty stomach, right after that, drink some water. That's the most important thing after HRT. Drink a lot of water. You don't want to be dehydrated. Then go ahead and eat a healthy breakfast. You could eat fast digesting carbs at that time. Number three, you on the buck, but your abs are showing, and you an endomorph. Damn. By the way, I say you should focus on your middle outer delts. Yeah, I know that's my biggest problem. Trust me, those will make you look much bigger. I've seen many bodybuilders case. Yeah, really, the shoulder is my favorite body part to train. I love shoulders. I want to have shoulders, which and obviously right now I don't, but that's what I'm working on. The reason why my shoulder gains are lagging is because of the injury I told you guys about when I started weightlifting a while back. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about proper form, all this stuff. I was just young. I just went in the gym, saw people big, and then my ego got in the way. I said, hey, I want to be big. So I started lifting really heavy weights. And like I said, I had beginner's gains, so my strength gains were going really up. And I started, getting cocky. I started doing 75 pound dumbbell presses at 17, and thought I was a power lifter. And I snapped all kinds of shit over here, my elbow, injuries. And like I said, I wasn't drinking water. I wasn't eating proper nutrition. I was just fucking up. Not enough sleep. So injuries slow down my muscle gains. My shoulder strength is starting to pick up again. I'm starting to go back up. But like I said, it slowed me down a lot. Even when I do side laterals, I have a lot of pain in my shoulder. But fuck it, it's just pain, right? That's all it is. I don't feel pain. Pain feels me. That's what I always say. All right, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey man, I really like your video. Oh no, your question was how am I on the bulk and my abs are showing. Sorry, I gotta stay on topic. I mentioned that in the last video, guys. Just because you're on the bulk doesn't mean you're eating all kinds of dirty shit. I went on the clean bulk. That's one. Meaning you can still eat a lot of carbs as long as it's healthy carbs. Beans. There's like almost no fat in beans. I'm talking about dry beans, not processed beans. Um, I eat a lot of brown rice. I completely cut off white rice, completely, even post workout. The only sweets I would eat, I would say, is probably like I don't even know. Like every once in a while, I eat something sweet, post workout, just a cheat, a banana, or whatever. But I'm really focusing on eating a lot of veggies. Just because you're bulking doesn't mean you gotta cut off your green leafy veggies. I'm eating a lot of vegetables, lettuce, stuff like that. And yeah, I'm trying to keep my stomach lean because, like I said, I'm an endomorph. I'm carb sensitive. I could get so fat in just a matter of days. Trust me. And I could tell by my nipples. Like I mentioned before, my nipples start getting out of hand. That's how I know I gotta cut down my carbs. And as long as you know your macros, there's no problem with gaining weight while limiting the fat in your midsection. Know your macros. And I'm gonna explain to you guys how I take care of that. Like when I see that, some days you might go over your macros. Like when I have this on paper and also on Excel. I'm gonna show it to you on a different day. When I go for my macros, I take my X. It shows me plus whatever fats, plus whatever carbs. That's what I went over. I multiply the carbs by 4 and the fat by 9. I add these up and it tells me how many calories I went over, fat and carb wise. And I try to burn that. You're not gonna be accurate every time, but it gives you an idea of how many carbs you have to burn that day, or how many calories you have to burn that day. And if it says like you went over 500 calories, I try to just burn 500 calories. I go to Google, how do you burn 500 calories? They'll tell you jump rope for this long, jog for this long, and that's it. Just do that the next morning. It's not hard, guys. This video's too fucking long, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last question. I'm 15. What do you think about squats, deadlifts? I may sound stupid, but can that stunt my growth? No, they're not gonna stunt your growth. You 5'6", 170 pounds. You 15, so there's still room to grow. Believe it or not. People say you start growing at 15, 17. I don't believe that shit. There's still room to grow, but no, it's not gonna stunt your growth. But be careful about squats and deadlifts. They're very good exercises if you do them right. If you do them wrong, you're gonna snap some shit up and stop all your growth, not just muscle wise. You're gonna like just don't get injured, right? If you're 15, you want to squat and deadlift, fine, but focus on the foundation and the proper form. All right, that's episode 5 of Ask Team 3D. Inbox me your questions. I'll copy and paste them into this Word document, and I'll delete them as I answer them. All right, guys. Team 3D. Oh, subscribe.